Growing up in a changing and diverse environment, Tay faced many challenges that would have a big impact on his personal and professional growth. These challenges would shape his character, make him strong, and spark a love for music and ministry that would guide his life's work in Oakland in the 1980s and 1990s. Was a city with a lot of social upheaval and economic problems that had a big impact on the people who lived there. Tay was no different. He grew up in a community with problems like poverty and violence, so he learned early on how complicated life is and how important it is to keep going. His family's dynamics included both trials and triumphs gave him a sense of empathy and understanding for those around him. During these hard times, Tay became interested in music at a young age. Music became a source of comfort and expression for him, a way to escape the harsh realities of his environment and explore his feelings, hopes, and the world around him. His love of music was also linked to his growing interest in politics. As T went through his formative years, he became more and more interested in ministry. His early involvement in church activities and youth programs exposed him to the transformative power of faith. Seeing how spiritual teachings could inspire and uplift people in hard times made him want to work in the church. He felt a deep calling to not only preach, but to help others understand their faith more deeply. His commitment to ministry began to take shape as he actively participated in church services, did community outreach, and sought mentorship from established church leaders. These experiences helped him improve his leadership and communication skills and built a solid foundation for his future endeavors, realizing the importance of a good education. To help him reach his ministry goals, Tay went to school for more education in theology and leadership. He spent a lot of time studying the Bible and the best ways to be a good leader in the church. This academic pursuit not only helped him understand his faith better, but it also gave him the tools he needed to lead a congregation and make a meaningful impact on people's lives in a time when many people are looking for meaning. Faith T. Roberts started One Church International to make it a place where everyone felt welcome and included. Located in the heart of Los Angeles, the church has grown into a multifaceted ministry that serves thousands of people. Roberts wanted to create a place where people from all walks of life could come together to explore their faith and find purpose. The church's foundation is based on the idea that everyone deserves the chance to meet God and connect with others. The church's programs, such as worship services, community outreach projects, and a variety of educational opportunities meant to help people grow spiritually and personally, reflect this mission. One of the most famous things about T. Roberts' ministry is his dynamic preaching style. Roberts has a special way of talking about deep spiritual truths in a way that connects with a wide range of people. In his sermons, he often uses personal stories, humor, and heartfelt stories to make difficult theological ideas easy to understand and useful in everyday life. Roberts stresses that faith is more than just going to church or following religious rituals. It's about building a deep personal relationship with God. He often talks about how important it is to nurture one's relationship with God. By creating a culture of strength and showing how important prayer, worship, and community involvement are to a healthy faith journey, Faith Roberts has made a place where people can grow spiritually. Feel free to explore their spirituality without fear of being judged. T. Roberts knows how important community is for spiritual growth. One Church International is meant to be more than just a place of worship. It's a supportive community where people can build meaningful relationships. The church encourages people to join small groups, do volunteer work, and attend events that bring people together and help them work together. This sense of community is especially important in a city like Los Angeles, where many people may feel alone even though they are surrounded by people. By making spaces for connection and dialogue, Roberts has helped people form bonds that go beyond Sunday services. These relationships give people a way to deal with life's problems and celebrate their successes together. His teachings often push people to think about their life choices and make sure they are in line with their values and beliefs. By encouraging self-reflection and accountability, he gives people the power to take charge of their destinies and make choices that are in line with their God-given potential. Through programs like workshops, seminars, and outreach efforts, One Church International helps people apply what they learn in church to their daily lives. This all-around approach to ministry supports the idea that faith shouldn't be separated into different areas of life, but should be a part of everything. Tay Roberts has become a well-known and respected leader in today's world. Ministry that went beyond his traditional pastoral roles to become a sought-after speaker, author, and businessman. Through his books, public speaking engagements, and entrepreneurial ventures, Roberts has helped people from all walks of life and backgrounds grow personally and spiritually. Has made a platform that focuses on spiritual satisfaction, personal growth, and self-discovery. As a speaker, T. Roberts captivates audiences with his dynamic presence and relatable messages. He has shared his wisdom at conferences. Roberts gives talks at events and workshops all over the world about leadership, faith, and personal empowerment. His interesting speaking style combines humor and deep spiritual insights, which helps him connect with a wide range of audiences. Roberts's speeches often use examples from his own life to show the difficulties people face. Roberts's messages are both inspiring and useful because he is honest about the problems he has faced and the lessons he has learned along the way. By telling people to embrace their own unique journeys, he gives them the power to take charge of their lives and confidently pursue their dreams. In addition to giving talks, Roberts writes a lot of books about personal growth and spiritual development. In this important book, Roberts looks at problems from the inside out. He talks about the idea of wholeness and how important it is for achieving true fulfillment. He says that many people chase external goals like money, fame, or success without first taking care of their inner state. Using personal stories and biblical principles, Roberts gives readers useful tools for developing a sense of completeness within themselves. The book stresses that true success starts inside each person and that, to be successful in all areas of life, people need to take care of their emotional, mental, and spiritual health. In Purpose Awakening, Roberts talks about how important it is to find and pursue one's purpose. He leads readers on a journey of self-exploration, encouraging them to think about their passions, gifts, and experiences. The book gives readers ideas on how to deal with problems. Roberts's writing has a positive and energizing tone that inspires readers to take actionable steps toward fulfilling their destinies. At the heart of Tay Roberts's teachings is a deep focus on self-discovery and personal growth. He stresses that understanding oneself is essential for living a purposeful life, and his approach encourages people to take part in figuring out their values, strengths, and weaknesses. Roberts often talks about the idea that personal growth is an ongoing journey. He encourages people to set goals, face challenges, and get feedback from others as important parts of development. His teachings resonate with people going through a wide range of life situations, transitions, as he gives practical advice on how to become more resilient and develop a growth mindset. Roberts's work is more than just about personal growth. It also stresses the importance of community and collective impact. He believes that people's happiness is closely connected to the things they do for their communities. Teachings encourage people to use their gifts and balance for the good of others, creating a sense of interconnectedness and purpose. T. Roberts is also a speaker and author, but he has also started his own business, using his platform to create opportunities for others. He has started a number of different projects. Roberts runs workshops, mentorship programs, and digital material for personal and professional growth. Through these business ventures, he gives people the tools and resources they need to find their way. In his personal and professional life, he combines his spiritual knowledge with business sense, giving people a unique view of success that includes both material gains and spiritual fulfillment. In this day and age, leaders and influencers need to be able to communicate clearly across a variety of media platforms. T. Roberts has used the power of media to increase his reach and impact in the realms of faith leadership. Through his active participation on social media and appearances on many platforms, Roberts has established himself as an interesting voice sharing insights that resonate with people looking for inspiration and guidance. Roberts's dynamic speaking style has earned him appearances on many TV and radio shows. His ability to explain difficult spiritual ideas in a way that people can relate to keeps audiences interested and sparks conversations about faith and personal development through these platforms. By talking about modern problems people are facing and giving spiritual and practical advice that connects with people from all walks of life, T. Roberts connects with listeners in a more personal way as a guest on different podcasts. These conversations often go deeper into his personal experiences and insights, letting him share lessons learned from his journey. His honesty shines through in these conversations, making listeners feel encouraged and understood. Roberts's podcast appearances focus on topics like overcoming adversity, finding purpose, and growing a. In addition to his traditional media appearances, T. Roberts has realized the importance of social media as a way to engage and reach out to people. He is active on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, which lets him connect directly with his followers and share motivational content that inspires and uplifts them. Roberts shares a variety of content on social media, such as motivational quotes, short videos, and live streams that encourage self-reflection and personal growth. His messages are often about faith, empowering others, and being resilient, which resonates with people dealing with the challenges of modern life. By presenting his ideas in visually appealing ways, Roberts effectively captures the attention of his audience, making deep spiritual principles accessible and useful in everyday life. Broadcasting tool, but as a way to build community, he interacts with his followers through comments, messages, and live streams. By encouraging conversation and asking his followers to share their stories and experiences, Roberts builds a supportive online community that. The effect of his teachings, this interaction strengthens the bond between him and his audience, making people feel seen and valued. Roberts often talks about how important it is to have authentic leadership that is based on honesty, empathy, and vision. He encourages people who want to be leaders to embrace their differences and use their experiences to help others. His ideas on leadership go beyond traditional definitions, focusing on how important it is to help others and make places where people can thrive. Roberts seamlessly weaves his teachings on faith into conversations about personal and professional growth. He encourages people to see how their spiritual beliefs affect their daily lives. Roberts has become a recognized leader in faith and personal development by sharing personal stories of faith and action that show how a strong spiritual foundation can help people get through life's challenges and help them reach their goals with confidence and purpose. Many people look to him for help navigating life's challenges. His mix of honesty, vulnerability, and expertise makes for an interesting story that connects with people from all walks of life, making him a transformative figure in the world of modern ministry. T. Roberts has made important contributions to the fields of faith and personal development, but his journey has not ended there. The death of his mother was one of the worst things that happened to him. This terrible loss not only affected his personal life, but it also shaped his ministry and his understanding of faith, grace, and resilience. Because of these experiences, Roberts has become a beacon of hope for many, showing them how to deal with problems in life while keeping a strong sense of purpose and connection to God. God, the death of a parent is one of the hardest things that can happen in life. It can make you feel a lot of different emotions like grief, confusion, and sorrow. For T. Roberts, the death of his mother was a turning point that changed his whole view on life and spirituality. In interviews and sermons, he has talked openly about the pain of losing her and how it changed his view of God's grace and the nature of existence. One of the most important things Roberts learned from his loss was a deeper understanding of God's grace. In his teachings, he often stresses that grace is not just an idea, but a real force that can help people through their hardest times. He learned that even in the midst of deep sorrow, grace can sustain people. God's presence continues to comfort and strengthen Roberts. Losing his mother also gave him a deep sense of resilience. He recognizes that grief is a natural response to loss, but it is important to find ways to rise above it and honor the legacy of loved ones. In his sermons, he stresses the importance of resilience, which is the ability to adapt, recover, and grow stronger in the face of adversity. Roberts, the founder and lead pastor of One Church International in Los Angeles, often includes healing, hope, and divine purpose in his teachings. He encourages people to see their stories, both the sad and the happy, as part of a bigger story that helps them grow. This all-around approach to ministry really hits home with his audience, many of whom have been through their own losses and problems. California has dedicated his life to ministry, helping people find their purpose and find their way on their spiritual journeys. However, like many pastors, Roberts has had to deal with the challenges that come with ministry, such as scrutiny and criticism, as well as the difficult task of balancing personal life with church leadership. These challenges have shaped his ministry and strengthened his faith, showing a deeper side of him. Pastors like T. Roberts face a lot of scrutiny and criticism because they are leaders. As a public figure in the church, Roberts is expected to live by the values and teachings he preaches, which can put pressure on him to keep up a perfect image and worry about being seen as hypocritical if he falters. The desire to meet these public expectations can sometimes get in the way of his natural tendency to struggle, question, and grow in his faith. People have different opinions about Roberts's personal and church actions, as well as those that involve community service and church direction. He has also been criticized for the ways he leads his ministry, even though he tries to be honest. Different opinions will always exist, which can cause moments of self-doubt and reflection. The duties of church leadership, such as preparing sermons, counseling, and community involvement, can take a lot of time. Roberts has often talked about how important it is to manage his time and set limits so that he can fulfill his duties to his congregation while also taking care of his family and health. Finding this balance is key to avoiding burnout and living a healthy, fulfilling life. The demands of ministry can also put stress on family relationships. Roberts knows how important it is to take care of his relationship with his wife and kids, because he knows that a healthy family life leads to effective ministry. He has talked about how he needs to prioritize family time and make spaces where he can connect with his loved ones away from the pressures of church leadership, despite the scrutiny, criticism, and because ministry is so demanding. T.E. Roberts has found that these problems have made him stronger in his faith and commitment to his calling. He doesn't see problems as problems, but as chances to learn and grow. T.E. Roberts hasn't been afraid to talk about the pressures of ministry in his teachings. He often shares his experiences with his congregation and through different media outlets to stress sing. Roberts talks about the importance of resilience, self-care, and honesty by being open about his own struggles. He tells others that it's okay to struggle and that admitting one's limitations is a sign of strength, not weakness. This message hits home with many people who may feel alone in their problems, creating a sense of community and support through his teachings. Roberts encourages people to be resilient in the face of hardship and to rely on others. They should use their faith as a source of strength and see problems as chances to grow. His messages often stress how important it is to keep a positive attitude and ask God for help during hard times. T. Roberts has faced many problems in his life, including major problems with his personal relationships. Like many people, T. Roberts had problems in his first marriage. Marital relationships can be very complicated, with emotional highs and lows, misunderstandings, and unmet expectations. Roberts has been open about his problems, knowing that these are normal parts of being married. Even though his last relationship hurt, Roberts stresses how important it is to learn from these experiences. He has said that overcoming hardship can lead to greater understanding and compassion for oneself and others. This view is important for personal growth and building healthier relationships in the future. After navigating the problems of his first marriage, T. Roberts eventually found love again with Jama Roberts. Their relationship grew into a strong partnership both personally and in ministry, showing the beauty of love that comes from healing. Tay and Jamila's relationship is a great example of a supportive and cooperative one. They work together in ministry, using their gifts and skills to help others. Their dedication to shared goals and support has built a strong foundation for their relationship, letting them face challenges together. Roberts's experience with relationship problems has helped him gain a deep understanding of. Roberts talks about love, forgiveness, and healing. His experiences have shaped the messages he shares with others, giving advice and inspiration to those going through similar problems. Roberts stresses how important open and honest communication is for maintaining healthy relationships. He also stresses how important it is to say what you want and need. Roberts's teachings encourage couples to have deep conversations that help close the gap between them and strengthen their relationships. His message of hope and resilience continues to inspire many people as they navigate the challenges of life. By sharing his journey and insights, Roberts serves as a guiding light for those seeking comfort and strength in their struggles. His teachings remind us that faith can show us the way forward, no matter the problems we face, leading us to a place of healing, growth, and purpose in a world that is often full of uncertainty. T. Roberts's message is a testament to the lasting power of hope and the strength of the human spirit.